Step into the Roaring Twenties through rare photographs revealing hidden speakeasies, jazz clubs, and forgotten moments. These incredible images capture a fascinating era lost to time. Subscribe to discover more hidden frames of history. Orville Wright piloted the Wright Flyer on December 17th as Wilbur ran alongside. The 12-second flight covered 120 feet at 6.8 miles per hour. This achievement launched the modern aviation age. A spectator watched Orville Wright's historic first powered flight in December. The fragile aircraft flew just 12 seconds, but changed human history. This breakthrough launched the modern aviation age and future space exploration. Colonel Roosevelt posed with his volunteer cavalry regiment beneath the American flag. The Rough Riders became national heroes during the Spanish-American War. Roosevelt's military service propelled him toward the presidency 2 years later. President Roosevelt addressed a massive crowd without any amplification technology. His powerful voice commanded attention from thousands of listeners. Roosevelt delivered his famous trust speech to the assembled public. President Theodore Roosevelt and naturalist John Muir stood at Glacier Point. Their 3-night camping trip influenced expansion of federal park protections. This meeting helped pass the Antiquities Act of 1906. Young Roosevelt relaxed during crew team practice at Harvard. The Harvard-Yale Regatta represented America's oldest intercollegiate athletic event since 1852. He later became a prominent politician and congressman. Citizens gathered at a polling station after the 19th Amendment passed. Women gained voting rights on August 18, 1920. The amendment ended decades of suffrage movement struggles. Suffragettes marched down city streets wearing sashes and carrying protest signs. Thousands of women demonstrated peacefully for voting rights during this decade. Their organized resistance laid the foundation for the 19th Amendment. Demonstrators carried "We Want Beer" signs protesting the 18th Amendment. Prohibition banned alcohol sales from 1920 to 1933. This law fueled organized crime and underground speakeasy culture. Officers disposed of seized alcohol during a Prohibition raid. The 18th Amendment banned recreational alcohol from 1920 to 1933. This law sparked widespread bootlegging and underground speakeasy culture. This crowded speakeasy captured the underground nightlife during Prohibition's early years. Patrons gathered secretly to drink during Prohibition and socialize across social boundaries. Secret passwords granted access to these hidden establishments. 3 fashionable women enjoyed cocktails at a speakeasy during Prohibition. Their cloche hats and confident poses demonstrated newfound social independence. Speakeasies allowed women to drink publicly. A woman stood guard outside the Crazy Cat Speakeasy, a bohemian hangout. The cryptic door sign warned curious visitors about entry requirements. This establishment served Washington's underground artistic community. 4 flappers performed the energetic Charleston dance in short skirts and bobbed hair. This rebellious style symbolized women's newfound freedom after 1920. Traditional venues banned the exuberant dance. A synchronized chorus line entertained patrons at this Harlem nightclub during Prohibition. These performances blended jazz music with dance in integrated spaces. The Charleston thrived despite official bans. Still watching? Do these rare moments fascinate you as much as they fascinate us? Do any faces look familiar from your family's past? Which photo surprised you most? Share your thoughts in the comments, tell us where you're watching from, and subscribe to never miss more hidden frames of history. This advertisement promoted the Cotton Club featuring Cab Calloway's orchestra. The venue showcased African-American talent exclusively to wealthy white patrons. It became Prohibition-era's most prestigious nightclub. Bandleader Cab Calloway conducted his orchestra during a packed New Year's celebration. The elegant crowd demonstrated the Cotton Club's status among Harlem's elite venues. Jazz music defined the era's nightlife culture. Former heavyweight champion Jack Johnson owned Club Deluxe before it became the Cotton Club. His entrepreneurial venture demonstrated African-American success in entertainment business. The venue later transformed into Harlem's most famous nightclub. The illuminated Cotton Club marquee attracted crowds on this Broadway evening. Vintage automobiles lined the street outside the legendary night spot. The venue remained a premier destination throughout the jazz age. The Cotton Club's marquee advertised Cab Calloway's performances with dinner for $1.59. Despite its glamorous facade, the club enforced strict racial segregation. African-American performers entertained exclusively white audiences. Chaplin rested in a bathtub while still wearing his iconic costume. His physical comedy transcended language barriers in silent films. He became cinema's most recognizable figure worldwide. Hollywood's first power couple posed together during their marriage. Pickford and Fairbanks became silent film's biggest stars. They co-founded United Artists Studio in 1919. Silent film icon Valentino posed with his wife, Rambova. His striking features made him cinema's first romantic leading man. Valentino's early death in 1926 shocked millions worldwide. Clara Bow embodied the flapper spirit in Hollywood films. Her natural charm made her the it girl of cinema. She starred in over 50 silent films. Keaton posed in his signature fedora and formal attire. His deadpan expression became legendary in silent comedy films. He performed dangerous stunts without showing emotion. Swanson appeared behind intricate lace featuring floral embroidery patterns. She became one of silent cinema's most glamorous stars. Her fashion influence extended beyond the screen. Three men gathered inside a Nickelodeon as silent films revolutionized entertainment. Audiences experienced the birth of cinema in simple storefront theaters. This new medium transformed storytelling and popular culture forever. A woman displayed classic flapper style with feathered headband and pearls. Her fur stole and cigarette holder represented era luxury. This look symbolized women's newfound social independence. A woman displayed luxurious fur collar and cloche hat in typical flapper style. Her drop-waist dress and decorative headpiece exemplified post-war fashion liberation. The decade emphasized comfort over restrictive Victorian-era clothing. A fashionable woman posed wearing feathered stole and cloche hat. Her mid-calf dress represented the era's sophisticated style. Paris remained the world's fashion capital throughout. A woman demonstrated the decade's sleek silhouette with textured dress. Seeberger Frere's agency documented Parisian street fashion extensively. Their work preserved revolutionary style changes. Three fashionable women displayed varied interpretations of style trends. Their drop-waist dresses and cloche hats exemplified jazz-age elegance. Seeberger Frere captured authentic moments of Parisian fashion. A woman wore dramatically oversized hat with ornate patterned dress. Her walking stick and handbag completed the sophisticated ensemble. This extreme statement represented the decade's experimental style. 6 women displayed the decade's changing styles from corsets to looser silhouettes. Fashion reflected broader social transformations as women gained new freedoms. Hemlines rose and restrictive clothing gradually gave way to comfort. A couple posed for their wedding portrait showcasing typical jazz-age fashion. The bride wore a drop-waist dress with decorative headpiece and long veil. This style marked women's liberation from restrictive Victorian-era corsets. A bride and groom walked with attendants carrying her lace train. Her ornate headdress reflected traditional elegance with modern style. The decade transformed wedding fashion toward comfortable designs. A gentleman tipped his hat while conversing with elegantly dressed ladies. The women wore wide-brimmed hats and drop-waist dresses. Such events reflected the decade's refined etiquette. Young dancers practiced choreographed routines in this speakeasy-style venue. A saxophonist provided live music for the synchronized performance. Such dance classes popularized jazz movements throughout American cities. The massive ocean liner took shape in the shipyard before its tragic fate. Workers appeared tiny beside the enormous steel hull and scaffolding. The ship represented humanity's ambition to conquer the seas. Downtown buildings lay destroyed after the devastating April earthquake and fires. The disaster caused widespread loss and left the city in ruins. Survivors faced the monumental task of rebuilding from complete devastation. Workers cleared massive amounts of earth during the ambitious canal project. Thousands labored through jungle heat and disease to connect two oceans. This engineering marvel transformed global shipping and demonstrated American industrial might. Workers assembled the massive Lincoln statue before its 1922 dedication. The memorial represented America's golden age of monumental construction. Engineers used enormous workforces to complete such ambitious projects. One Times Square rose on scaffolding as workers built the 25-story headquarters. The New York Times moved into Manhattan's second tallest building in January 1904. Today it remains one of the world's most valuable advertising locations. Workers built the revolutionary underground transit system beneath city streets. The metro's opening transformed Parisian urban life with rapid transportation. Massive steel girders and stone pillars supported the ambitious engineering project. A train crossed the massive steel trestle bridge high above. Engineering achievements like this connected America's expanding railroad network. Such structures demonstrated the nation's industrial prowess and ambition. The pioneering two-color traffic signal stood at a busy intersection. Installed on August 5th, this system used red and green lights. Horse-drawn carriages and automobiles shared streets during this transitional era. Workers posed beside a steam locomotive on a turntable. Baldwin Locomotive Works was the world's largest producer of steam engines. The American company manufactured railway locomotives from 1825 to 1951. Customers enjoyed Coca-Cola at a decorated soda fountain stand. Dr. John Pemberton first advertised the medicinal tonic in 1886. The 5-cent beverage transformed into a worldwide phenomenon under new ownership. Wealthy guests attended a lavish dinner at the prestigious Hotel Astor. John Jacob Astor IV sat at the front left among society elites. Elaborate chandeliers, floral arrangements, and formal attire reflected Gilded Age opulence. Families disembarked from ferries carrying their belongings into America. Millions arrived from Europe seeking new opportunities between 1900 and 1910. They faced uncertain futures with hope and determination. A large Polish family arrived at Ellis Island with their belongings. Augustus Frederick Sherman documented immigrants as an Ellis Island clerk from 1892 to 1925. The photograph preserved typical immigrant attire and arrival experiences. Residents gathered on cobblestone streets in Manhattan's Chinatown neighborhood. Multi-story buildings with ornate balconies lined the narrow thoroughfare. This immigrant community thrived in lower Manhattan's crowded districts. Prospectors climbed the treacherous, snowy mountain pass, carrying heavy supplies. Men hauled a year's worth of provisions toward Yukon goldfields. The demanding journey proved extremely difficult, and most travelers never reached their destination. Wooden buildings lined the muddy main street of this gold rush boomtown. Mountains towered dramatically in the background behind scattered telegraph poles. Skagway served as the gateway to Klondike goldfields during this era. Four men walked down the main street of this Rocky Mountain mining town. Wooden buildings flanked the wide dirt road surrounded by peaks. Such settlements boomed during America's western expansion era. Vendors displayed goods under long, covered pavilions along the street. The famous French market served as the city's commercial hub. Streetcar tracks ran alongside the bustling open-air marketplace. Tree-lined Esplanade Street featured elegant buildings and electric trolley tracks. Few pedestrians walked the wide boulevard on this quiet day. New Orleans combined French colonial architecture with modern infrastructure. Hundreds of horse-drawn wagons filled the crowded marketplace. Farmers brought produce and livestock to this bustling commercial center. Such market days were vital to rural American economy. Palm trees dotted this coastal community overlooking the harbor. A distinctive mansion with tower dominated the residential neighborhood. Ships anchored in the distance along Florida's southernmost port. Two young workers operated machinery during an era before modern labor protections. Their expressions revealed challenging working conditions of the time. These photographs sparked reform movements, leading to protective labor laws. Workers stood with horses deep inside a coal mine shaft. This image documents the challenging conditions of early industrial workplaces. These laborers powered the Industrial Revolution at great personal risk. A census worker interviewed a resident as America's population surpassed 100 million. The 1920 census marked a pivotal moment in national growth. This decade brought unprecedented economic expansion and social change. Students sat at wooden desks in a one-room schoolhouse. A single teacher instructed children of various ages simultaneously. Such schools educated rural America before modern educational systems developed. Young boys posed in their first scouting uniforms and campaign hats. Robert Baden-Powell founded the movement to teach outdoor skills and citizenship. The organization spread globally within just a few years. Players wore uniforms marked 1902 while holding wicker baskets. Women's basketball began at Smith College in 1892 under Senda Berenson. Modified rules emphasized cooperation over competition for nearly 70 years. An exhausted runner crossed the finish line surrounded by officials. The 1908 London Olympics formalized many modern athletic traditions. This dramatic race became one of the game's most memorable moments. Protesters gathered near a trolley car during a major citywide labor strike. An estimated 140,000 workers participated in the Philadelphia transit dispute. The tense conflict involved strikers, strikebreakers, and police throughout the city. Nurses and officers gathered outside tents at a military medical camp. Women in white uniforms provided critical care to wounded soldiers. This period professionalized nursing as a vital medical profession. 3 dedicated nurses posed proudly in their crisp white uniforms. Thousands of women like them later treated wounded British soldiers. The nursing profession transformed dramatically during the First World War. A massive rigid airship floated above a naval vessel at sea. Zeppelins represented cutting-edge aviation technology before airplanes dominated. These giants of the sky captivated audiences worldwide. Norwegian explorers Amundsen, Wisting, Bjelland, and Hansen reached the South Pole first. They planted their national flag beside the Polheim tent. Inside, Amundsen left letters documenting this historic achievement. Emily Diana Watts demonstrated martial arts techniques for her instructional book. She pioneered teaching jiu-jitsu to women in early 1900s Britain. Her work helped introduce Asian martial arts to Western audiences. A woman posed in an elaborate bat costume decades before comic books. This photograph predated Batman by 35 years and Batgirl by 57 years. The costume may have been for the opera Die Fledermaus. Edward Llewellyn posed with his 425-pound black sea bass, caught August 26. He landed the world record fish in just 41 minutes. This remarkable catch demonstrated the extraordinary fishing opportunities off California's coast. Two children stood before the world's largest log cabin structure. Built for the Lewis and Clark Centennial Exposition, it measured 206 feet long. Fire destroyed the million-board-foot building in just 45 minutes during 1964. Confederate veterans gathered with violins for the musical competition on April 12, 13. Participants had played fiddle for 25 to 60 years. Prizes included awards for longest beard and oldest violin. Nobel laureates Pierre and Marie Curie posed with daughter Irene. The couple won the 1903 Nobel Prize in Physics for radioactivity research. Irene later won her own Nobel Prize in Chemistry in 1935. Russia's last imperial family lived quietly during political turmoil. The Romanov dynasty ended in 1918 during the Russian Revolution. Their story remains one of history's most examined chapters. Smith recorded songs into a phonograph operated by Horace Watson. These wax cylinder recordings preserve the only existing Tasmanian Aboriginal language. She was legally considered the last surviving Tasmanian Aboriginal. Confederate and American flag-bearing veterans posed in formal attire. This rare photograph documented Indigenous Americans who served in military conflicts. Their traditions faced increasing pressure during this transformative period. Dutch jurist Willem Anthony Engelbrecht posed with 3 generations of family. The studio photograph captured formal Victorian-era clothing and traditions. Such portraits documented important families during this period. Wealthy banker Sidney Fletcher posed with wife Annie and sons Dennis and Jeffrey during summer holidays. This prosperous Edwardian family enjoyed leisure time at the seaside. The photograph survived a century hidden on glass plate negatives. Dennis and Jeffrey Fletcher stood together in formal Edwardian attire for this portrait. Both brothers courageously survived World War I battles. Dennis later lost his life in a wartime air incident. Annie Fletcher embraced one of her young sons in this outdoor photograph. The Fletcher family lived comfortably in Yapton, West Sussex. These precious images remained undeveloped for nearly a full century. Young Dennis Fletcher wore formal shirt, tie, and jacket for this studio portrait. He bravely survived the Great War, but Dennis later passed away in an aviation incident. His brother Jeffrey became a successful Somerset farmer afterward. A woman, possibly Annie Fletcher, stood confidently beside her horse. Equestrian activities remained popular among wealthy Edwardian families throughout England. The photo was rediscovered among 400 glass negatives. 14 smartly dressed children posed in summer outfits for this garden photograph. The younger 6 sat on grass while elder children stood. This unidentified family remains a mystery from the rescued collection. A gentleman enjoyed his pipe while resting in a deck chair. He wore typical Edwardian attire, including cap, waistcoat, and jacket. These images nearly ended up in rubbish before being rescued and developed. The Union Jack flew above shops advertising Faulkner's Nosegay tobacco brand. Window displays prominently featured cigarettes and cigars for sale. Smoking remained extremely popular before health risks were scientifically understood. Men wore suits, hats, and long coats in this unidentified town. 3 women in the foreground also covered their heads traditionally. Mr. Thompson continues researching to identify more people from this collection. Two women posed in work uniforms with white pinafore aprons. The taller woman's key belt indicated her position as head housemaid. Having a formal photograph taken in work clothes was special during this period. An automobile drove through thick fog past illuminated theater marquees. Gas lamps glowed faintly through the industrial haze, choking the city. Such atmospheric conditions resulted from rapid industrialization and coal burning. Two elderly villagers paused for refreshments at the annual Michaelmas Mop Fair. Bidford-on-Avon maintained centuries-old fair traditions and local customs. The photographer documented local characters at this traditional village celebration. Thank you for watching this journey through forgotten history. These rare photos prove that every moment matters. Every face tells a story. Subscribe and like for more hidden historical secrets. Comment below. Which photo shocked you most? See you next time.